of our collective consciousness as a people. Very often, when we reflect on and speak to the reality of emancipation, the first thing that comes to the mind of most people is carnival. But carnival is the after. The before is the journey and the transition that we and our ancestors had to go through to get to this point. Even though this evening, which I must thank the Manimana Poetry organizers for their steadfast insistence on this annual Emancipation Lecture. But any event like this should be a national enterprise. It should be one that is not only limited to persons who have a particular interest in our historical past, but to our schools, our youngest of students. It should be something that is touted and well appreciated at every point within our school system and on the streets of our communities. And when I contemplate our history and the significance of what knowing about it means, I reflect on my own interaction with information about emancipation. And I must admit that it was only after I had become an adult that I formed a curiosity about Anguilla's emancipation. And if that is the case for me, I can tell you with certainty that that is more than likely the case for thousands and thousands of young Anguillans. That being said, this is an opportunity for us to develop a strong sense of national and Anguillan identities. I contemplate nations with very strong identities and what they do to preserve such identities, like Israel, although we may not, despite what their actions are today, I think a trip to Israel will show you that every student at the age of 7 is required to visit the Holocaust Museum. Every student and every child of a particular age is required to sit examinations specifically targeted to remembering their history related to the Holocaust. Now, historically speaking, many persons draw parallels between the Holocaust, the horrors of the Holocaust, and the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade. But without a concerted effort to document and to share with our youngest and most impressionable people that sense of national identity, it will surely be lost. And so this evening, I come with open ears, as it was only last year that I heard the story of a ship called the Lady Rose that traveled from Nevis to Anguilla and brought a shipment of slaves to our shores. Now that information was very critical for me, and I held on to it, as you can tell, very closely. But I think this information should be widely disseminated, widely researched. It should be something we consider to be of a national priority. So this evening, I come with open ears, as I said, to listen to Mr. Carty and the discussions that follow about Anguilla's emancipation, cultural anchors and myths, and re-envisioning our emancipation journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister, and I endorse every single word that she said. And now at this time, we will have a selection by the Ebenezer Men's Fellowship.